Look at this video. The animation, these diagrams, even me on camera is all AI from one simple skill. You'll see me start prompting from scratch to burning thousands of tokens across 5 agents, and by the end, get a skill that you can download and use to create videos for yourself. So let me get started with step number 1. Grill me. So I've put a vague prompt of what I want. Okay, so this is the type of video that we're trying to recreate. So as you can see, there is a bit of motion graphics. There is a bit of actual me. There's a bit of text animation right here. And again, another type of motion graphic type thing. And this is more video editing things that we need. And as you can see on the next slide, we actually have a diagram that pops up, and we will actually see this in the future as well. But this is the type of thing that we're trying to automate. Even the title card that goes from step number 1 to step number 2 to step number 3, and even the part that is right here with the diagram generator, as you can see, we already have an automation running for this type of work. So hopefully we can just put that into Claude and yep. So here is the first result. It's trying to make a 30% cold open. And by the way, we're not trying to make the full 10-minute long video. We're trying to just make the first 2 minutes, the intro, step number 1, and step number 2. So this is the first output of what we got for it, and it has already started doing the 11 Labs AI voiceover. Let's check it out. Most people using Claude Code right now are getting maybe 30% of what it can actually do. Whoa, that is pretty good. I love the way that it was animating right there. Quite like the background, but let's check out how my editor did. As you can see, this is what he did, and having the Claude logo there in the middle, as well as just blue. And then on top of that, of course, a little bit more than what we got from Hyperframes, but it's not that bad. We can hopefully get even closer. So let's keep going. Just like that, we're back with the second result here. Let's check it out. Most people using Claude Code right now are getting maybe 30% of what it can actually do. Not because they're doing anything wrong, but because they've never installed a single extra skill. No structure forcing Claude to think before it acts. No research tools, no web access, no design system. Wow, so as you can see, I updated it with blue navy background and yellow text. It's also using the Montserrat Extra Bold that I love. So it's now on my brand. I love the text pop-ups that run here. It should obviously be an avatar in between here and possibly more cool things happening. But as far as I'm concerned, this is really great. I'm visually engaged and I'm learning. And if we just make it a little bit better over time, I think it's gonna go crazy. Let's keep going. It ran for 8 minutes and we're now on to the diagram generator. You probably remember it from the video looking a little bit like this. So let's take a look at our result. 5 specific skills and plugins over the past few months. And these are the ones that actually changed how I work. Wow. Each one takes a... So that's really close. Of course, I gave it an image and it worked from that. So that is kind of backwards of what we want. So I just asked my editor for his diagram skill. And so we're going to make it more pixel-like. Even though that was pretty good, we just got one agent avatar left. But yeah, I got to teach it how to make diagrams. Give it a diagram because then it's never going to be able to automate. A new prompt is in and we're even targeting making an avatar here as well with this avatar. So let's check out what ends up happening. Just like that, we got 6 diagrams back and this one looks absolutely insane. And the one that it selected itself was this one. Super clean, super nice. And we actually got back the first avatar clip. Let's take a listen. Just raw Claude doing its best with no scaffolding. Whoa, that was a cut right in the
doing
middle.
its best with no scaffolding.
Very interesting. Is that Hey Jen?
Claude doing its best with no scaffolding.
That was weird, but yeah, the lip sync is good, everything is good, but there was a cut right in the middle there. Very weird. So we pretty much got everything we need. We just gotta bring it all together. There we go, another 7 minutes later, and we got it all connected. Let's check it out.
Most people using Claude Code right now are getting maybe 30% of what it can actually do. Not because they're doing anything wrong, but because they've never installed a single extra skill. No structure forcing Claude to think before it acts, no research tools, no web access, no design system, just raw Claude doing its best with no scaffolding. I've been testing 5 specific skills and plugins over the past few months, and these are the ones that actually changed how I work. Each one takes a single conversation.
Okay. I mean, it's doing the thing, right? It's like kind of going from step by step, and it's actually doing what we want from it here. We definitely need more. There needs to be some animation going on, but we can fix that. I'm super impressed with what we got so far. Let's check if we can actually keep going and make it into the content section and step 1. So I just want to show you how it looks like inside of the real video when we get into the content section. Step number 1, it's a bunch of diagrams that is explaining. Here as well, more diagrams, and there's some screen share, but the majority of the time we're pretty much talking over diagrams and screen share. Could even be screenshots. So that's where we're trying to get to now. I'm handed this off to 3 new agents so we can hopefully get somewhere. So the 3 agents have been working for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, and one of them just came back to me with the actual CG Long Studio. So here is actually how it looks like in the back end. And the only prompt here is that I don't really care about using it. I just want to see what is going on behind the scenes. Essentially a vision into Claude Code, and it actually gave me more than what I expected. So this should update when we get a video back from Claude Code and keep getting a better and better studio feel once we start. And we've also now gotten back a 2-minute long full content section and the diagrams and everything. Yo, let's take a quick look and see if there's anything terribly bad after the diagram. I can see a lot of improvement potential, but let's just play a little bit of the content section right here. Let's check it
for anything. Let's get into it. The first one is called Superpowers, and it is the single most impactful thing I've done for my Claude Code setup this year. Here's the problem it solves. By default, when you ask Claude Code to do something, it just starts doing it. You type a prompt.
So here is where I'm looking for some animation, some pop-ups. You saw that already, but the diagram itself
starts writing
perfect.
Code or making changes. No planning, no clarifying questions, no verification. Which sounds efficient until you realize it misunderstood what you wanted, and now you're spending tokens fixing something that should have been right the first time.
So what I like here is that it actually does take the timestamp and holds on to a sentence until we actually need it to pop up. However, I'm not really sure I like this style. There is no icons. There's no like actually good things happening. So I needed to change, but obviously just right off the bat, it looks pretty good, you know?
Superpowers is a free plugin that installs 14 skills into Claude Code and forces it through a proper 5-phase process on everything it does. Clarify, design, plan, code, verify. Before Claude writes a single line, it stops and asks the right questions. It maps out a plan with exact file paths and task breakdowns. And at the end, it verifies what it built actually works. I ran a proper test on this.
Wow, did you see that it actually pinged every single one of those? That is incredible. And I'm actually super engaged. This is awesome. Great content.
12 automated sessions, 6 with superpowers, 6 without, same prompts, same model. We got 9% cheaper runs, 14% fewer tokens used, and measurably better output quality on anything that wasn't trivially simple. One of my favorite parts of the plugin is the visual brainstorming companion. When you ask...
As you can see, we still got some issues going there, but wow, I gotta say that this is usable. It's helpful. It's visually engaging, everything that we need. And even this one, bam. Well, it actually kind of missed the mark. It should be like blurred, but we can easily teach it that. Literally the only thing left is the animation of the diagrams. And we got this guy that just came back 23 minutes with the diagram API, but I think I need to integrate it. Let me check. So I was able to put the diagram API into the long extend. It brewed for way more than 20 minutes. I think we're on 30 by now. But the main thing that we got here was the new diagrams that are now animated. So we have a diagram animation API. Let's check it out.
Up this year. Here's the problem it solves. By default, when you ask Claude Code to do something, it just starts doing it. You type a prompt, it starts right.
Okay, so it did the thing, but not very well. Let's check out the next diagram right here.
Right the first time. Superpowers is a free plugin that installs 14 skills into Claude Code.
Okay, once again, it did left and right, but somehow it's just cropping the top of it. Can you see that? You can't almost see any of the top. Let's check out the next one here, which is the one right here. And it's looking pretty good so far.
The visual brainstorming companion. When you ask Claude to design something, Superpowers spins up a local web dashboard where it shows you options, mockups, and layouts before committing to anything. You pick what looks right, it builds from there. No more imagining what the result will look like. You see it first. To install it, go to Claude Code.
Wow, okay. I mean, the selection of the exact spot that it should pick is not great. As you can see, the stages actually have a cropped out the top of this text here as well, but it's actually doing it on the voice, which is very important that it says pick and pick shows up. Dashboard shows up. So I'm very impressed. But as far as I'm concerned, a couple more training down the line, and yeah, we almost have a full working video that literally does the entire content, intro, and everything with diagrams. You gotta be kidding me. All of this is unreal. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm going to wrap the editor, the new skill that we'll call CG long, that takes all of these skills combined, and I'm going to drop it into the AI agent skills inside of our community so you can download it and use it today. Now that we're almost at the end of being able to create videos like this, the next step for me that you will see in the next or future videos is that we'll be able to loop this, where we're able to make a video, check the results, and make an even better one. So I can't wait to try to make this auto improvement loop. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.